and all eyes are on the big verdict that came out yesterday. The Bharatiya Janata Party-led NDA is now all set to form the government for a historic third term at the centre. Counting of votes for the 18th Lok Sabha polls took place yesterday, and Prime Minister Modi, after which thanked the nation and also the party workers for this historic mandate. The NDA is expected to hold a meeting at 4 p.m. today. NDA coalition led in a majority of seats but faced a stronger challenge from the opposition than expected. The BJP's loss in Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal and Maharashtra has shocked the entire nation. Uttar Pradesh, where the BJP won big in the past two Lok Sabha elections, witnessed a neck-and-neck battle between the NDA and the India bloc of the Congress and Akhilesh Yadav's Samajwadi Party. India bloc won 43 seats and NDA won 36 in Uttar Pradesh. Meanwhile, in West Bengal, after an initial setback, Mamata Banerjee's Trinamool Congress won 29 of the 42 seats. Maharashtra also witnessed a close battle with the India bloc, winning 29 out of the 42 seats. Meanwhile, Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar and TDP Chief N. Chandrababu Naidu have emerged as the kingmakers and are also expected to meet the top BJP brass in New Delhi today. Now, as per BJP source, top BJP leaders spoke with almost all the NDA allies, and all allies are ready to form the government under PM Modi's leadership. And in fact, a formal announcement is also likely to be made in the NDA meeting at 4 p.m. today.
साथियों, इस चुनाव के, इस जनादेश के कई पहलू हैं। 1962 के बाद पहली बार कोई सरकार अपने 2 कार्यकाल पूरे करने के बाद तीसरी बार वापस आई है। आज की ये विजय दुनिया के सबसे बड़े लोकतंत्र की जीत है। ये भारत के संविधान पर अटूट निष्ठा की जीत है। ये विकसित भारत के प्रण की जीत है। ये सबका साथ, सबका विकास, इस मंत्र की जीत है। 10 साल के बाद लगातार तीसरी बार जनता जनार्दन का प्यार, उनका आशीर्वाद हमारा हौसला बढ़ाता है, हमारे संकल्प को नई मजबूती देता है, नई ऊर्जा देता है। हमारे विरोधी एकजुट होकर भी उतनी सीटें नहीं जीत पाए जितनी इस लोकसभा चुनाव में अकेली बीजेपी ने जीती है। भाजपा उड़ीसा में सरकार बनाने जा रही है और लोकसभा चुनाव में भी उड़ीसा ने बेहतरीन प्रदर्शन किया है। ये पहली बार होगा जब महाप्रभु जगन्नाथ की धरती पर बीजेपी का मुख्यमंत्री होगा। आंध्र प्रदेश में चंद्रबाबू नायडू जी के नेतृत्व में एनडीए ने शानदार प्रदर्शन किया है। बिहार में नीतीश बाबू के नेतृत्व में भी एनडीए ने शानदार प्रदर्शन किया है। साथियों, 10 वर्ष पहले देश ने बदलाव के लिए जनादेश दिया था। मध्य प्रदेश, गुजरात, छत्तीसगढ़, दिल्ली, उत्तराखंड, हिमाचल, ऐसे कई राज्यों में हमारी पार्टी ने लगभग क्लीन स्वीप किया है। मैं इन राज्यों की जनता को विश्वास दिलाता हूं कि केंद्र सरकार आपके विकास के लिए कोई कोर कसर बाकी नहीं छोड़ेगी। तेलंगाना में हमारी संख्या दोगुना हो गई है।
And CNN News 18's Payal Mehta, Pallavi Ghosh and Aman Sharma are now joining us on this story. A very good morning to you all. Payal, first coming to you. All eyes are on the NDA meeting which is scheduled for 4 p.m. today. What all can be expected?
Well, the NDA meeting is scheduled to take place at 4 p.m. today, and all the NDA leaders have been asked to come to the national capital because the BJP does understand that they will have to take support of the NDA partners, especially Jagan Mohan Reddy's opponent Chandrababu Naidu, who's won quite a few seats, and of course Nitish Kumar, who's also won quite a few seats. In the elections, obviously there's going to be a lot of talks, a lot of discussions in terms of what shape can the alliance take, what will be the contribution of the allies. What is the demand of the allies also in the first place, given the fact that when people have significant numbers, they probably would like a cabinet berth or two. Now, with the time coming closer to Narendra Modi taking oath as the Prime Minister of the country for the third time in a row, some members from his cabinet would also be taking oath as well. So, obviously, what representation is given to the allies, that's the reason the meeting has been called today. Mind you, the NDA has about 40 allies in this fold. That after Nitish Kumar and the joining of Chandrababu Naidu in the NDA fold, and also the fact that there are many smaller parties also which are there within the fold of BJP in the northeast as well. So what can be given to them? What is the motivation for them to be the NDA? That's something which Prime Minister Modi will clarify today.
All right, Payal, please stay with us. Aman, now coming to you. It was a setback for the BJP, particularly in the state of Uttar Pradesh. What do you think did not work in the favor of the BJP?
Well, see, Anjali, the BJP has finally ended up at 240 seats. Obviously, it is about 63 seats lesser than what was there in 2019. So definitely a setback, especially in states like Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, where the BJP's tally has come down significantly. BJP is only winning about 33 seats in UP, down from 64 last time. And along with it has a couple of its allies have won. Apna Dal has won 1 seat and RLD has won 2 seats. So it's up to 36. But still, the Samajwadi Party has won more seats than the NDA combined in UP, which will be a serious cause of concern for the BJP. And what has really gone wrong there will be a matter of deep introspection. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about whether candidates which were selected in UP, both the centre and the state leadership, were on board with that or were in agreement with that. There were murmurs inside the corridor that there were disputes over the same. Lot of sitting MPs were repeated. Maybe BJP should have changed them because of anti-incumbency. Many big seats like Ayodhya, Amethi have been lost. So in a way, a big concern also in Maharashtra, Anjali, where the BJP's tally has also dropped. Not only have their allies dropped in terms of Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar has not been able to perform at all, but the BJP's tally in Maharashtra has also dropped. But the larger picture, I would still say that BJP, the NDA, the pre-poll declared alliance of the NDA is well above the majority mark. BJP has notched up 240 seats. The Congress was never able to reach even 240 in 2004 and 2009. In fact, the Congress, even in this election, has dropped below 100. So, in a way, the BJP camp is saying what is there to celebrate. In the Congress camp, they are really wondering because Mr. Narendra Modi will be a historic third-time Prime Minister, only the second man after Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru to repeat that feat. He will be in par. BJP's vote share is intact. Yes, setbacks in a few states, but BJP feels it has still managed to form a government for the third time, which is historic. Obviously, there will be challenge for the BJP here for Mr. Modi because now he will be running a quintessential coalition government for the first time, where allies, like as Payal was explaining, the JDU, the TDP, JDU with the 12 seats, TDP with 16 seats, will hold, a lot of influence in the new government. There's also Chirag Paswan with 5 seats. There is Eknath Shinde with 6 seats. So key allies for the BJP, I think the meeting today, as Payal was explaining, is also to get everybody on the same board, ascertain who wants what cabinet berths, the speaker's chair, who really wants what is going to be, I think, on the table now, because the BJP doesn't want to delay the swearing in of the Council of Ministers by any long period. They want to get on with it, and I think the Rashtrapati Bhavan has already put out draft dates, 8th or 9th. We could see Mr. Modi taking oath for the third time as the Prime Minister. It remains to be seen, however, if BJP will be able to push its its top agenda now in the government when it runs a coalition politics. What happens to the Uniform Civil Code? What happens to one nation, one election? What happens to NRC for that matter? All these issues, the Modi government will have to now navigate a more, I would say, a tougher roadmap ahead, because it is being run. It is a quintessential coalition government, something like UPA 2, which Mr. Modi will have to run this time, Anjali.
All right, Aman, please stay with us. Pallavi, coming to you. Although the India bloc failed to reach the majority mark, but still the results are being seen as a big boost to the opposition.
Well, Anjali, one can't stop anyone from having those ambitions, and certainly the India bloc, when it's going to meet today at 6 p.m., is going to nurture those ambitions to make that effort to form the government. Well, they don't have the numbers, certainly. The single largest party is still the BJP, and BJP is much, much ahead. But why is it that the India front is so confident? Well, Anjali, they are eyeing Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar, particularly Nitish Kumar. If you go through what Mamata Banerjee said in Kolkata yesterday, and she was asked this question specifically as to whether you would want Nitish Kumar in the India front group, an India front group, she says, why not? So there are going to be efforts being made to reach out to Nitish Kumar. What has been his source of attack will also be used to the advantage of the India bloc, which is, he's called a Paltu Chacha. So they're hoping he does another Palat and he comes and joins the India bloc. Of course, they're going to try and woo him. They're going to try and make him big offers, deputy PM, all that is in the realm of speculation. Frankly speaking, no decision has been taken. No formula has yet been worked upon. When they're going to be meeting at 6 p.m. today, they're essentially going to, one, declare that this is not a mandate for the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister must resign. He just cannot be the Prime Minister for the third term. Having said that, the second slogan that they're going to make is that we're going to try and form a government. We're going to reach out. Third, in case they don't form the government, still they're banking on the hope it's going to be an unstable one. If not now, but at least later, this government could fall, and that is when we are going to step in. But yes, they would want to celebrate this moment, and that's what the 6 p.m. meeting is all about.